What's good, guys? Welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You with Jam and Mr. Neutral as always, with a very special guest, Mr. Twinny Boxing.
Thank you
We
for
are
having
here.
me.
Thank you, mate. Absolute pleasure as always, Twinny. We're here for Fabio Wardley versus Justis Huni, heavyweight division fight at Portman Road in Ipswich, coming up on Saturday. We can't wait. I'm sure you can't wait, but you're going to have to wait because we are proudly sponsored by Easy Storage, your place to go for all your storage needs across the United Kingdom. Check them out at your leisure. Get some great deals. They handle your stuff with Kia. Right then, who wants to take this one first? We've got Big Fabio Wardley, 18-0-1. He's got 17 knockouts. We've got Justis Huni, 12-0-0 with 7 knockouts. The big Australian, 25 years old. Fabio Wardley's 30. This is going to be who knocks who first. Two big men in the ring in this one. Who wins it in how, Twinny? What do you reckon?
I think we'll go age before beauty this time, and we'll let Mr. Neutral go first.
I thought I'd win that on the both counts, but never mind.
I can go first if you prefer. Not a problem.
This is more like the good, the bad, the ugly here.
It is, mate, it is.
I'll take the ugly one. Don't you worry about that, James. You're the good guy here. He's definitely the bad
always,
guy.
Mate.
But look, Justis Huni, replacement for Big Baby Miller. That was the fight that I actually wanted to see because, regardless of his past, I'm actually a bit of a fan of Big Baby Miller. But that was not meant to be. For his box, he's entertaining. He's entertaining, if nothing else. But look, Justis Huni's a fabulous replacement for this kind of fight at Ipswich Town, Portman Road. British fans are going to welcome this fight just as much as they would Baby Miller. It's a great fight. Justis Huni's unbeaten, come to prominence and beating Kevin Lorraine a couple of years back. Good job there. A couple of dodgy fights there with Troy Pilcher and Daniel Roberti, but he come back to prominence with that Sean Pogg guy when we were there. We done the watch along for that, James.
We did, mate, against South African, yeah.
And he's on a good run. 3 second-round stoppages for him. So he's done nothing wrong, Justis Huni. And he brings a measure of threat to Portman Road and to Fabio Wardley. Fabulous run himself. 2 great fights for Fraser Clark. Obviously, that last one was a devastating first-round knockout.
That dented his head.
Did damage. So we know he's a massive puncher. This is a fight of 2 punches for me. I just think that Huni will be wary of Wardley. Maybe the occasion being at Portman Road in England might get him. I just feel that Wardley, being in that environment, will just come into his own. He's only 30. He's in his prime. This guy's a banger. I'm expecting Wardley to go on to add to his British, Commonwealth and European titles. I really do think he could do things here. And I think he'll stop Justis Huni late rounds, maybe 9 or 10.
Fair play, Mr. Neutral. Thank you for that, mate. I just want to touch back onto what you said about Big Baby Miller. That guy's a fat trash bag, mate. And the best thing that could have ever happened was Frank Warren telling that fat drug cheat arsehole to get out of the game. And he was at the presser, kept flipping the tables, acting like a child. And that's why they kicked him out of this show. He had big payday coming and he ruined it because he couldn't keep his fat, childish mouth shut because he's a big baby. So I was glad they got rid of him. And Justis Huni is a harder and a better fight anyway. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Twinny, mate, do you want to have your say before I finish my rant?
Yeah, no, listen, I'll rant with you, mate. I'll rant with you. I'll be honest. I didn't fancy the fight. As soon as they mentioned Miller, I sort of was off it, And when they brought Huni in, I was a bit like thingy, but the more I've looked into the fight and the styles of the fighters, I think this is going to make for a really good fight, because I watched the Lorena fight back with Justis Huni, and he caused him some problems, And the way Huni, he likes to sort of like try and paw away at the shots. If you notice, he paws up like, and I think that's going to leave some big openings for Wardley because he just likes to throw. He just likes to throw them shots.
Like bolo shots over the top.
Yeah, so as he's coming with the jab, and Huni's trying to paw it away because he really does like to do that. I've just got a feeling he's going to leave himself open, and Wardley and Wardley's very good as well. Like if you watch him, the way he pulls, he's like Ben Davidson. as what people say about him being box fit, Ben and stuff like that. I think they really analyse the fighters, and I think that's going to really help Wardley, because they're going to really analyse Huni, and they're going to say, look, this is what he does, this is what, and this is how you can. And Wardley seems to be very good at taking instruction and taking it into the ring. Every fight with Ben Davison, he seems to have improved in his boxing skills. You know, everyone keeps saying about him being this white collar box. So what? So what? You know, if you're willing to go in, if you're willing to go in the gym and learn how to box, you know, you will get somewhere. And I've got a feeling that Wardley's going to take him out, maybe in the middle rounds. I think he's just going to get to Huni. Like you say, I think at first he's going to be a bit cautious of him and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And then he'll sort of get himself into the fight a bit. And I think he's just going to leave himself open. And I think it's going to be another devastating knockout, another nice knockout on Wardley's resume.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
And James, the only reason I said about Baby Miller, because if you remember, you know, he's a great trash talker, and he was entertaining the crowds, and you know, in the press conferences, and I was entertained by him. And I thought he was funny as, you know, as
he
you
takes
like.
It too far though, doesn't he? He takes it too far.
Yeah,
he
gets
threatening Wardley's
overexcited.
kids and that. Started threatening his girlfriend. It's just too much, man.
As time goes on, he starts getting too confident and too cocky and all the rest, and then says,
and I'm more interested in the entertainment in the ring than the bullshit that goes on, you know, at the press conferences and stuff. You know, I understand it sells the fight, but for me, I'm watching every boxing fight that's out there anyway. You know, amateur, professional, I'm watching them all. So I just want to see a good fight. You know, I don't care whether he's said what at the press conference and done what and smashed someone with an egg. We just want to see a good fight. I was just going to say,
imagine what one egg done to a promotion.
Oh yeah, of course. But we don't benefit off that though, do we?
No.
You know,
it's only
we're
the
not benefiting off that.
And the boxers. It's only the people who receive money for it.
That's it. Well, just to wrap this one up, guys, I've got Fabio Wardley by KO as well, but I think Justis Huni is the #1 contender. You know, he's ranked #1 with one of the divisions, WBO, I believe.
WBO.
So he's a real threat, mate. He's a real threat. He's come over it. He's confident. He's young. He's hungry. He's Australian. You know how tough Australians can be, man. They don't want to lose to a pommy, as they call us. He's going to come here to fight. He's going to give everything he's got at Portman Road. But for me, I just don't think he's going to have enough to deal with Fabio Wardley's power. So for me, I'm with you guys. Mid to late rounds, I'd say 7 or 8. Absolute starts job. Classic highlight reel knockout for Fabio Wardley.
Yeah.
And then he moves on and see what he does from there. Can he get big fights like, you know, the likes of Usyk down the road? You know, you don't know. You just don't know. I think he'd get absolutely buttered if he did, but it'd be nice to see him get to that level to show that coming from a white collar background does not define you as a boxer.
If he keeps improving, why not? Do you know what I mean? He's only taking
I'd love to see it. You know, that
like
from nowhere to somewhere story. It's great to see, especially when it's a British boxer as well. You know, it just gives you that little bit more inside, doesn't it?
As I said before, I think he's in his prime now, and he's just going to get stronger from this point on. You know, to about 33, and then by that time, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a world champion by then of some sort.
Yeah.
I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Well, that wraps this one up then on Red Corner Boxing. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and people who are watching later. We appreciate every single one of you. Proudly sponsored by Easy Storage. And from me, Mr. Neutral and Mr. 20 Boxing, we bid you a good day. Have a God bless one. And really, really come and see us soon. And hit that subscribe button.